All right, we have a question up here, and we're asked to find the value of x. The fourth root of 4 raised to the power 44 divided by 4 raised to the power 7, all raised to power x is equals to 4 squared. We're asked to find x. So how do we do this? If you look at the question, it looks complicated, but with a step-by-step approach, we're going to simplify it. So I'm going to be using the laws of indices to solve this question. So every step taken to solve the question, you're going to see the reason behind it. So pay attention. So the first thing we're going to do is to pay rapt attention to the value inside this expression, root 4 raised to the power of what? 44, the fourth root of it. So now, how do we simplify it? So if we break it out, we have the fourth root of 4 to the power of 44. Now, how do we simplify it? We're going to use the law of indices. And the law we're going to use states that if you have the a root of a number n, it's the same thing as saying what? N raised to power 1 over a. This is the what? The law of indices. So, one of the laws, actually. So, that how can we now use this to simplify this? So, we can now write this in this form. It becomes what? 4 raised to the power 44, all raised to the power what? This fourth root now becomes 1 over 4. Because the 8th root of n is equal to 1 over a. N raised to the power 1 over a. So, that's how we're going to simplify this. Now, another law called the power law states that what? If we have a raised to the power b, all raised to the power c is equals to what? A raised to the power b times c. So now we can use this to simplify this. So now 4 raised to the power 44 raised to the power 1 over 4 will now become what? 4 raised to the power 44 times 1 over 4. So 4 can go here 1, 4 can go here 11. So your answer is what? 4 raised to the power 11. So the simplification of this is 4 raised to the power 11. Now we can now write this back into our question. So we now have what? The fourth root of what? 4 raised to the power 11 divided by 4 raised to the power 7, all raised to the power x is equals to what? 4 squared. So we have simplified this square root or the fourth root sign in here. Now, we can still go further to simplify this. Now let's focus on the fraction here inside the fourth root sign, 4 to the power of 11 and 4 to the power of 7. So now we can bring it out. So it becomes 4 to the power of 11 all over 4 to the power of 7. Now another theorem of indices or law of indices states that if you have a to the power of m all over a to the power of n, it becomes what? A to the power of what? M minus n. So whenever two numbers of the same base are dividing, you subtract their powers. That's what you got here. So now, what it becomes what? Using this law, we can simplify this. It becomes what? 4 to the power of what? 11 minus 7. So which is what? 4 to the power of 4. 11 minus 7 is equals to 4. Now that means we have simplified everything in this column. So now we can still rewrite our question in a simplified form like this. Okay. Now we can write our question. It now becomes what? The square root or the fourth root, sorry, not square root, the fourth root of 4 to the power of 4 is equals to what? 4 squared. Now how do we simplify this? Remember, we said any root sign can be simplified like this. This law of indices. So it becomes what? 4 to the power of 4 raised to power 1 over 4. Remember, it has x. So raised to power x is equals to 4 squared. Now, how do we simplify this? We still use the power law, but now we have 3 powers here. So that means we are trying to say we have a raised to power b raised to power c all raised to power d will be same as what? A raised to power b times c times d. So we can use this now to solve this. So now it becomes what? 4 raised to power 4 times 1 over 4 times x is equals to what? 4 squared. Now if you do this multiplication, 4 and 4 will cancel, and we are left with x. So 4 raised to power x is equals to 4 squared. Now you can see that in indices, when you have the same base, you equate the powers. So 4 and 4 are of the same base. So therefore your answer is what? X is equals to 2.